Being attacked. They fierce. This is my life now. This is my life. She doesn't like being held up to the camera, as you can tell. Especially when she's trying to be fierce. She's trying to eat my hand. She's getting cuddles. She is a big fluff ball. She is growing. She's definitely larger than when I got her. And she never goes hungry. She always has food. Ow. Thank you. Thank you. Hi. Alright, we're not actually playing Thief. So this is actually, I'm on Cormier. What? Yeah, I'm on Cormier because I have a plan. I have these level 20 somethings characters have come in from the various other servers. Because I already had characters either better than these or higher level on other servers, and so I needed somewhere for them to go, and so I sent them to Cormier. Hi. However, the reason they're still packed is some of them have pets and mounts from other servers that I'm going to add to my Cormier collection. When I unpack them after Cormier is open for transfers off. And so what's going to happen is Thief is actually going to Shadowdale. And I was originally going to have my Cold Druid be my main character here on Cormier, but I decided I wanted one of these to be my main character. So Thief is going to Shadowdale. Thief was also not my main character. Kiriana was my main character. And she is going to be the one to go to a very cold place. Not the certain circle of hell, but we're going to the land of Lamordia. So, Kiriana is also going to Shadowdale at some point. And the reason she's going there is because I really wanted a high-level cold druid, and I didn't feel like leveling one again. So she's going over to the SD, along with Thief, who is my highest level Dark Hunter, and I love playing Thief. And I wanted all my favorite characters to be on Shadowdale, laggy though it is. Alright. Let's go play some Chill of Ravenloft. Gonna have a little bit of fun doing so. I'm gonna move my screen around so I can see it. Gonna get that screen out of the way. Gonna be here. Now, one of the things I'm avoiding doing is I'm going to avoid looking at any maps or the wiki. This first run is going to be the one that takes the longest because we're going in blind. Beyond what little I've seen on Fridays at 4, yep, that's literally the whole point. However, I will check my stuff to make sure my bags aren't full of junk. Looks like we're good. As I told Cordovan during his stream earlier today, he should have gone with Albereth. Because Albereth is the superior. So all of these things are coming out of inventory. They're going to go into a specific character's inventory who's going to stay here. We're going to throw the White Wolf in there too, because why not? But I also want to roll daily dice. Since we're here. Oh, we did well. Alright, so this character is at max level, so I'm just going to throw this in here, throw that in there, and whenever I transfer this character to, I almost said Orion, to Shadowdale, then that stuff will go with this character. Alright. Let's go get our frozen bottle of mist. So we need to go to the Hall of Heroes in Eberron. Farewell, Myth Draenor. I actually enjoyed you as an expansion. Then again, I wasn't really hungering for all the super rare loot. Only the blue and silver loot. Let's be honest. That's one of the main reasons why I love this expansion, is because of the blue and silver loot. Alright, that being said, Hall of Heroes it is. Because we need to go talk to our NPC to get our crap. Hall of Heroes. Shoop. Okay. How y'all doing tonight? Oh, I'm getting emails from SWTOR saying, hey, our new expansion, our new update is... They've been having some issues. And there's two primary issues with Star Wars The Old Republic. Number one is they got hit hard because of the voice actor strike, as they do. Chili fries with cheese sauce. What a name! I like it. Alright, do I have... Okay, I have Featherfall. Alright, we're going to yeet ourselves down to the basement here. I'm gonna have to remember how to play a Cold Druid, because I haven't played this character in a while. Because when she got to level cap, I played her for a bit, did some loot farming, and then I basically put her on ice, pun intended, so I could play the Dark Hunter. I would like to claim something. Everything. Why? Because I can. And now let's go up to the bank. I'm not actually going to use any of the cosmetics, but I'm going to take the hireling with me. Now, my character has a regular range of hirelings. I tend to go with Froggo for trapping. I am sorry, darling, but Froggo is a superior trapper, even though he's 2 levels lower than you. Though I might actually want to have Darling, because, you know, this is kind of getting up there. Let's put the level 8 one in here, and we're just gonna get rid of the gear. I'm not using the gear, the cosmetics on these characters for right now. Alright. I'm going to use my Tome of Universal Enhancement. Did I get the bottle? I don't see that I got a frozen bottle of mist. Weird. Welp. I do have the teleport to Lamortia, so there's that. So my current selection of hirelings is Froggo, Teal, Feywild Muse, Rana, and Albreth. So triple heals, Trapper, and I guess Teal counts as a barbarian or a fighter or something. I also have the Scarecrow, the Shield Guardian. I do have Darling handy. So I have options. I definitely have options here. That being said, let's go to the movies. I'm not really sure what to think about the new Alchemist hireling. His skills are good for being an alchemist, sure, I suppose. I was actually originally going to play my alchemist, be the first character into Lamortia, because her theme very much fits Lamortia. She's, you know, alchemist, she's human, into the wacky stuff like that. But then I was like, oh, she's only level 32. I should probably take a level 34. And then I looked around, and realized I had done an epic reincarnation on my level 34 cleric fighter, and had also done an epic reincarnation and then a racial reincarnation of my paladin over on Shadowdale. So both of them are currently no longer at max level. So one is at level 20 and the other one's at level 9. No, she's at 12. So she's got a ways to go. But so tonight we're gonna go run with the Cold Druid. We'll see how we do. Blind. Okay, so this is a known bug that they will be fixing in the game update. So we're gonna do it the hard way. In order to get to Lamortia, it's basically go to House J, just like going to Ravenloft. And we will get to it manually. Okay. So here's the traditional mist to Ravenloft to Barovia. And here's the Chill of Ravenloft to Lamortia. And so here's also the item vendor. Let me see if I can get the bottle. I would like to claim something, please. Already got that. Yeah, let me grab that. Okay, now I have the frozen bottle. And I do know there's some folks who are like, "Aw, but it doesn't look like any different. The icon looks the same as the regular bottle of mist." This is true. It is what it is. I'm not worried about it. All right, let's go. Let's step into the mists. Oh no, let me feel the temperature. Okay, we need to. I'm gonna voice act this myself. I'm gonna have a little bit of fun with this. For some reason, this pocket of dense mist is surrounded by deep snowbanks, as if winter had arrived in this one spot only. You feel a strong urge to enter the mists and investigate this unnatural chill. You take one tentative step forward, only to feel the temperature plummet. A fiercely cold wind blows, and there's a cry of seabirds in the distance. Dun, 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 dun. So if you're running on Elite, you're running at level 38. I think I'm going to play it conservatively today, even though I have a full pack of hirelings with me. I want to just... We're here to look. We're not here to get our asses kicked. I leave that for folks like Cordovan for history. Okay. Let's summon the hirelings. We're going to stay with our usual pack of hires. Triple heals, fighter, and then Froggo if I need trapping. Which I don't imagine they would need trapping in the initial one, but we'll see. Alright, we got our wolf friend as well. Alright. So who do we...
stumble out of the frigid mists and into a densely built courtyard. A voice drifts up from down below.
Nothing. Somebody nabbed this one before we got here.
Catcher in the Claw says, "Come on, we need to move fast. I got a tip about a nice fresh one froze to death in the next courtyard." Well, hello. I'm actually going to turn up the DM audio for a couple of reasons. Number one, we know Cordovan has done a couple of quests, and I'm super curious to hear how that went. So... Gonna take a quick look around. This definitely feels like Victorian area industrial towns. With, you know, the glass windows and just brick everywhere. Okay, Gerda Hoffman. She is indeed wearing a bonnet. Okay. Oh, there's a note here. Hold on. Notice of eviction. Ahmed Hoffman, you are hereby ordered to evacuate. Evacuate? These premises immediately for non-payment of rent by order of the building management. Johannes Schmidt, property manager. Well, that guy sounds like a bit of a dick. Oh, it says it's a poster, not a note. Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, no, no. Why can't we get a bonnet like that for our characters? That would be amazing. It's horrible! Poor cousin Ira froze to death out in the courtyard just because he couldn't keep up with his rent. I should be affecting like a German accent. I just can't do one. I can do a British-ish. A British accent, sort of. And now some brutes have stolen the poor man's body. Who knows what will become of it? I shudder to think. Please, stranger, if you find Arvid's body, let me know. Perhaps I can scrape together the coin to bury him decently. There's a wonderful song by a steampunk band called The Men That Will Not Be Blamed for Nothing. And it's about how people were given better accommodations on the locomotive, on the trains, train carriages in Victorian London. And it's a really good punk song. I should actually tell Cordo about that band, because we know he likes punk music. He likes a lot of music. I'll see if I can find your cousin.
The woman asks you to find the body of her cousin Arvid. She thinks that body snatchers have taken it.
Ooh. Well. Find a way out to the streets, read all of the notes before left, and optional find cousin Arvid's body. Alright. Let me zoom out so I can see where I'm going. It's very plain. Oh. What was the last thing I was doing with this character? Okay. That seemed to go okay. I love the plaster. I can tell that they borrowed the whole plaster thing from the other game, because the other game uses similar plaster textures, including like things like this, where the plaster is obviously cracked and peeled away. Yeah, I like playing my Cold Druid. Okay, so we got 2 ways. Here's note number 2. Good news for troubled times. Much has been made of the temporary shortage of foodstuffs due to the severe weather and the wanton deprivation this has caused. Our esteemed Baron von Albrecher is pleased to announce that he's deployed a fishing fleet to the northern waters. This is expected to return with a glorious bounty of fish fit to feed Lamortia's entire population. The ships of the fleet are thoroughly modern, having been fitted with the latest innovations from the brilliant Dr. Victra Mortenheim. How fishy. Breakies, because I love my breakies. You know me, I love breakables. Okay, the rat is already dead. This is clearly a dead end, so we're going this way. Hi. Uh-oh. Alright. I'm guessing there's probably sometimes a rare in there, possibly. Catron of the Claw, the Deadmonger underboss.
Too late. The birds got to him. Not even any bits we can salvage. She's so particular, and we can't afford to get on her bad side. Nobody wants to get on her bad side.
Okay, so this sounds like the same voice actress who does the Gravekeeper for Voices of the Dead. Alright, opens the door while you're at it. I see traps in there. To Jona Hadash Schritt, Property Manager. From Ludendorff Premier Properties Central Office. Schmidt, we are gravely concerned at the tenancy rates in the properties you manage. We understand that times are difficult and new tenants are hard to find, especially in the slums. Yet we are also aware of your side activities, which directly conflict with your responsibilities as our employee. We expect an immediate improvement in tenancy rates. We will be forced to find a new property manager. Ooh. Do your job better. Alright. Alright, Froggo. Do the thing. What do you mean? How about doing the other one? Can you do that one? Well, that's fine. You can at least unlock the thing, can't you? That's one way to do it. Not. Try again. This pathing is weird. Alright. Maybe come over here. Maybe path from over here, Froggo. There we go. Anything good? Probably not. Legendary bleak resistors. We're gonna need those. Those are part of the crafting system with Chill of Ravenloft. In that, it feels like there's a door there. It looks like somebody piddled on the carpet or on the wood. Feels like there should be something there, but maybe it's upstairs. Hello, nice people. Would have been cool to get some of these outfits for characters. These are some narrow doorways, too.
So the Toddstrasse gang was already here. That'll do, Schmidt. You can slink back to your hut now. Come on, lads. Get to searching. We'll have to earn our supper today. It's not like before, when you could just pluck them out of the ground.
Oh, so this is old Schmidt. Grave robbers. That's what the deadmongers are. A big nasty gang, one of many in this town. They're combing the neighborhood for bodies. You can make a pretty penny off of them if you know what you're doing. Now, if you'll pardon me, I must be on my way. Don't want the deadmongers poking around my shed. That's where I keep my, equipment. Take care now. Alright, we have 2 ways to go. We'll go this way first. Oh, hello. Let's go talk to this chap.
These grave robbers met their end at the hands of some kind of terrifying phantom.
So we're gonna follow? Because we're that bright? Alright, we'll come back to this. Let's go talk to Magsy Dudenthorpe. Hi Magsy, what you got?
You've been asked to retrieve a cookbook from the neighboring apartment.
The bomb is part of one of my cookbooks, but I can't bring myself to go to their apartment to get it back. The place reminds me of how they died. They came down with the bloody flux and it took them all. Even the wee ones. Oh, the poor creatures. The wee kitten is asleep now. Alright, we'll get your cookbook. We're gonna go get this first. Because you know me, I like to collect the collectibles. Alrighty. Those look like dishes for dogs. Don't bother the bombs. They don't take kindly to nosy neighbors. Especially since they died. Ooh. Undead, are they? Let's go play with them. Well, the plates on both of these need to be raised up a smidge. Or, I don't know. It's all good.
Eerie laughter fills the room.
Whoa, hello. Well, that was interesting. Okay, what do we got here? Thunder Snow. I don't really need Thunder Snow as a frontline thing. We'll probably switch that out for this. I love the 0 Degree Comet. Normally I'd actually have Tsunami, actually. But let's keep it with the easy stuff first. The Thorn Shark really doesn't do a lot of damage. The problem is, that's an epic strike, and this is an epic strike, and I like Moonlance a lot better. And Stormcatcher is also an epic strike. Why do I have 3 epic strikes? Good lord. Apparently I collect them like Pokemon. I do like me Burst of Glacial Wrath. Actually, let's switch this here, put this here, because Produce Flame can also be interesting, and it's got Meta Magics out behind in. All right. Solar Gem of Armored Layers. Plus 15% artifact bonus to armor class? Hello? That's pretty neat, not gonna lie. 1,000 guild renown? Yoink. Okay, so not so bad there. Question is, how do I get out of here? Aha, how? We climb up. Hey, did you know this thing was gonna fall over? Hi.
You've returned the cookbook to its rightful owner.
Okay, we did that. Okay. Let's go this way. Hello. Shrine, good. Keep it we'll keep an ear out for the shrine. Don't really need it right this second. We might track back to it. Alright, let's go into this wacky room with blood in front of the door. Well, there's obviously something bad here. Rhonda's
The
trying to shoot
ghostly
it.
creature vanishes as quickly as it appeared.
Okay, so we've gone all 3 ways throughout this wing of the house. Now we can go this way. Here's the last note. Protection against the body snatchers. It is a well-known fact that many hundreds of graves and vaults are constantly disturbed for dark purposes. The only remedy against such depredations is the moat-safe pattern coffin enclosure, as its ingenious design not only protects the mortal remains of the departed, but also prevents the valuable coffin from being stolen. This eminently useful device costs a mere 20 gold pieces, and may be had at a few hours' notice from our Lycanum and Sons undertakers. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Pun intended. And again, it feels like there should be something behind this. I'm guessing we'll get to it at another point. Okay, we have some technology here. We got a random ass lantern sitting here. Okay. This is a tenement with metal walls. Okay, a locked door. Now, I did not actually... Oh, God, carrying crawlers. Screw you! Carrion crawlers are not my favorite. I don't like them. Alright. There was... Is that... It's merely mischief. Okay. Well, there's a thing down here. Okay. And then there's a locked door. We'll go deal with the locked door because we have Froggo with us to save the day. I do like these arches a lot. This feels... Oh, hello. Come on, drop down from the ceiling, you little jackass. So this is the way we could have gone. Yeah, this is the way we didn't go. And now she's fighting something over around this corner, so let's go look and see what's over here. It's a shrine. Bog standard shrine. No wackiness going on here. Still not hurting for spell points for anybody, so we're gonna hang on to the shrine for later.
An angry voice rings out from the courtyard.
Where are my bodies, Schmidt? You promised me bodies!
Yeah, it feels like I can just smush this. But it also feels like I can do something over here.
You know what I think? I think you sold your tip-offs to all the gangs. Then when they came looking for the corpses, you claimed some other mob took them. And I think all that time, you were keeping the bodies for yourself. Probably in that shabby little shed of yours. But you know me, Schmidt. I never go away empty-handed. If I don't find bodies, I make them.
A voice cries out in terror. No! No! Ah!
Well now, seems I was right. Schmidt's hut is stuffed full of dead-ends. Have the stitch job put him on the carts.
Okay, that was pleasant. It was not pleasant. The stitch job. Interesting. So, we gotta solve a puzzle. No trappy puzzle. Okay.
A lone woman stands watching the murderous body snatchers. She seems to be oblivious to the danger and the cold.
She must be a vampire. Ma'am, you should leave. It's not safe here. These are grave robbers.
One of the body snatchers spots you. Boy, get your hands off our property. That stitch job belongs to the deadmongers.
A stitch job.
Deal with this rat bag, lads. I'm off to Dead Man's Crossing. I've got some things to talk over with the others.
Dieter the Bite. Does this mean he's a Dompier?
You've defeated the body-snatching criminals. What sort of place have you stumbled into?
Wouldn't you like to know? There's a lot of dead bodies here. Oh, we found Arvid's corpse.
You found Cousin Arvid's body. Perhaps now he can receive a proper burial.
Oh, the man who froze to death in the courtyard. Alas. Alright, and here's our chest. Do we get in this one? Just crafting mats. Okay, let's go.
Toby, we not killing kobolds in sewer again!
Okay, let's take the map and put it away, and let's go look around. Wow. I'll be honest, I did not look at Lamortia stuff when it was on Lamania. So, this is new for me. Definitely Victorian era industrial city. Ancient castle. Quest entrance there. A juggernaut servitor. Electrical servitor. We have Vistani hanging out here. A snowball poltergeist. It's amazing. I have a feeling that being like a fire sork or something might do well here. I don't know. I mean, obviously, it would be more scientist fixer. Okay, we got our 10. Death by hireling. Okay, so we appeared on the main road. Let's run down the hill. I mean, you even have fire escapes. I mean, that's pretty modern. Okay, there's another quest entrance down there. Ludendorff policeman. So we're in the town of Ludendorff. The city hall. Isles of Agony. That sounds like a pleasant place to go to. And nothing but... Oh, hello. Why do I have a feeling the raid is in there? Why? Why, oh why do I think the raid is in that amazing place off in the distance? Because that sure as hell ain't no damn lighthouse. I'm gonna go up this street. We're gonna go see what's over there. Oh, there's something here. Ooh, you get scrolls.
The first rule of life on the streets is everyone for themselves. It don't matter how well your mate's doing if you're down to your last tin of sardines. I joined the grave robbers because it was the only way I had to get some coin without breaking my back in the factories. Me and the others, we had an understanding. Stay out of my way, let me do my job, and you got to keep your toes.
Ooh. Okay. So a little bit cutthroat, as one might expect, for grave robbers. Is he throwing gravestones at people? That's actually badass. That is pretty badass. Not gonna lie. Alright, well, let's find a quest to do. This one did not look like it's available to do. We need to find like a central location or something. I'm guessing City Hall is where we get our quest. So let's go into City Hall, unless it's a quest itself, and see what we got. Yeah, it looks like this is the central hub, which makes sense. Alright. City Clerk. Chill of Ravenloft, Part 1. Greetings, my friend. I am the mayor here, so I have the honor of welcoming you to Ludendorff, the finest city in all of Lemordia. I regret that I cannot offer you a warmer welcome, but these are troubled times. There's the weather, of course. It seems winter will never end. And then there are those damnable gangs of body snatchers. They scour our city like a flock of grim vultures. Wish we could be rid of them. I mean, they're dead mongers. I just had to run into them. Really? How extraordinary. It appears I've stumbled across a champion willing to fight for our city. It warms my heart. Will you pursue those vile grave robbers, my friend? Many grieving families in Ludendorff will be grateful to know the dead mongers have been punished. Okay. I will help you fight. Let's actually get this one. The weather is most unusual indeed. The cold and snow seem to be never ending, and summer is nothing more than a distant memory. This causes all manner of problems for the city. The streets are filled with snow, pipes freeze, and ice chokes the harbor. We can no longer traverse the frozen mountain passes, meaning our city has been cut off from the rest of Lemordia. Forgive me for saying this, my friend, but you don't know what you're talking about. The weather has caused the gravest of crises for our city. Every tree in the area has been felled to provide us with fuel to warm us. Every field has frozen over. We only survive thanks to the efforts of our fishing fleet. Without it, we would starve to death in a matter of weeks. The problems caused by the weather consume most of my time these days, leaving me quite unable to deal with other pressing issues, like those damnable grave robbers. D&T, more info to PCB. Oops. Oh, well, I guess I just get to fight you. Alright, fight for you, I suppose. Go to Burnt Herstellar about your wish to fight the body snatchers. So we're going to do the quests in order. So we're going to be coming back here. Back and forth. So we're not going to be doing this. So here's all of our quests. Here's our other side quest, part 2. But we're going to do these in order so we don't miss out. So we're going to go talk to the guy we're told to talk to. We do want to get the Legendary Saga. So here are the quests. We've already done the body snatchers. We got beneath the city streets, special delivery, the proper authorities, the wish ends and means, the minor sacrifice, minor. Cold snap, locked away, part 1, part 2, snowfall and sunlight, zoo creeper and light in the attic. I think, considering how we went through the body snatchers, I am going to bump it up to elite. We're going to see what happens. Hold on. Alrighty. For a second there, I thought that said Gustavision, and I'm like, me Gustavision? Okay. Alright, let's go talk to our first person, Bernd Ersteller, the Chief of Police. I mean, look at these outfits, by the way. Look at these outfits. They have pockets. I mean, they give you the hints of late 1800s, early 1900s police, you know, the bobbies, basically. Though I do wonder about his hand here. Ah, so you've encountered the deadmongers and walked away alive. Well done. The fewer of them there are, the better off our city is, though I know there are those who feel otherwise. You've earned a bounty for your efforts. Enjoy it. If you wish to help us more, speak to Mayor Vogelhartz. Oh, that's the body snatchers thing. Got it. Nothing really useful. I mean, these are kind of interesting, but I have a really good thing there, so we don't need that, but we'll take this. Okay, let's go back to the mayor. Who is next? City superintendent thinks he might know who the body snatchers are. Erhard Guildmeister. Let's explain his theory. Okay, let's go talk to... Obviously, it's gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and blah blah blah. Alright, but let's not assume. Oh man, what a magnificent beard. Nice vest too, by the way. This guy looks pretty dapper. Look at this. This guy looks sharp. Looking for the deadmongers, are you? I can tell you where to find them. As city superintendent, everything the city workers see is reported to me. Every broken water main, every pothole, every broken street light. And yes, every report of gang members in places they ought not to be. Alright. My employees tell me that the deadmongers often go to the city cemetery, which is odd. All the fresh bodies were robbed from the cemetery ages ago. So why go there? Odder still, my employees say the deadmongers enter the graveyard, but they don't always come out. I think I know what's going on. Rumor says the deadmongers have a headquarters at a place called Dead Man's Crossing. We never knew where it was. I think the entrance to Dead Man's Crossing is hidden somewhere in the cemetery. Unfortunately, I can't convince any of my employees to go there to check my theory. They say they'd rather be fired than face the wrath of the body snatchers. Alright, we'll do it. We'll do it for you, man. Alright, let's go. Again, we're doing these one time in order. Let's see who's in here. Oh, this is your basic... These are your trainers. Oh, hello. Hello, nice trainers. And you got your... Aw, look at the warlock hovering like that. Isn't she pretty? What's going on in my Discord? Oh, DDO. By the way, DDO has announced August 30th on Twitch, on twitch.tv/PAX Arena. There will be a DDO thing, 3 content creators I've never heard of. And then one we all know and love, Mr. Strim Tom, will be joining them remotely. It'll be D&D action without the table. So it'll be 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific time on August 30th. So that will be next Saturday. And that's actually pretty cool. If you're going to be at PAX West, you can stop by the PAX West Arena, or if you're not at PAX West, you can watch remotely at twitch.tv/PAX Arena. Yeah. Okay, that being said, I probably should have noted that I was streaming in my Discord. Alright. BKB. Why would I gotta see what's up here? What's up here? Bankers? Bankers? Spirit Binder. Lamortia Patron. So, Keepers of the Feather are here, doing take 2. And we have this beautiful museum of sorts, I guess. And she's called the Downeaster Alexa. La da 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 dum. I like all these fake doors, and they got. Wait a minute. What are these busts of? I mean, they look like Greek or Roman, but it's like, why would you have them here? And these random gems, including some that glow. That does not seem like a good idea. Okay, giant human, or just giant. A couple. What are these? Bat wings. Turtle. Another turtle. Antler and saber-toothed tiger. And dead body. Macabre museum. 2 dead bodies. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Oh. These bodies have been stitched together. Well. And just random books and scrolls and shit. Hold on. There's a sign. Ooh, there's a placard. Hi. Thanks to the ingenuity of Dr. Victor Mordenheim, these reanimated servitors repurposed the natural remains of the dearly departed to serve as an indefatigable labor force for all of Lamortia. That's grody! Oh, the lift is out. Due to economies mandated by the recent inclement weather, this elevator is out of service. We appreciate your patience at this time. Okay. Okay. We have folklore. Okay, these are quest dudes, and we'll talk to them all in turn. So let's not spoil ourselves. Mailbox is over here. Ooh, I like this big floppy hat. Look at this outfit. We should get this outfit. Oh, man. Our team are killing it. Okay, that was an interesting bit of music from Mr. Bill Champagne. Okay, here's the pub. Okay, this looks more steampunky. So does this. Okay, so this is the legendary Victranium experiment crafting. So this is where you can make your things. 16d6 fire damage. Hello. 16d6 cold damage. Electric damage. Silver and electric. Crystal and Baish with acid damage. Dim light, shadows, arcana. Spell cost reduction, penetration. Spell powers. Adds good alignment bypass. Attacks deal a large amount of fire damage. Chill. An additional 78 damage. Plus 15 strength, con, dex, wisdom, charisma, false life. These 7 more hit points. Yawn. Plus 3 quality bonus to the main stats. Quality accuracy plus 5 to attack. Plus 3 to damage. Okay. Plus 38 PRR. Plus 38 MRR. Enhanced Ghostly. Pretty nice. We're piercing wizardry. You're a wizard. 310 his bonus to max spell points. $160% enhancement bonus to 4. That one could be good. Converter was that one. Oh. Plus 61 competence to healing, repair, or neg amps. Nice. Device is good. Death Black and Ghostly. Hell yeah. I'd like that one. That one would also be good. Alright, here's the weapons. The legendary Calamitous Bastard Sword. So let's go look for... we're using a longsword right now, but the longsword has... spell proficiency, so... probably gonna need a scepter or something. Kukri, light hammer, light mace, longsword. See, the longsword doesn't give you the proficiency on this one any... well, I have it, but it doesn't give it to you. So, Calamitous Club. That's where you hit things. Versus short sickle, hammer, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Page. Throwing darts, great crossbow, heavy crossbow, repeating, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we have Burning Scepter. So, this is the only scepter they have? I think it says legendary calamitous burning scepter, but then it's just calamitous scepter. So I think you can basically get the scepter and then just do whatever you want with it. Use your 4 slots to make it pretty. Honestly, I might still go with the log. Oh, my God, I am so tired. With the longsword just to get the slashing damage. Either way, it don't matter. Alright. So this basically is the post, looks like the, I don't know, the post office? The library? The card catalog? Do they use the Dewey Decimal System here? Alright, let's go do our first quest. Oh, actually our second quest, so, you know. Alright. Come on, let's go. Okie dokie. Let's summon Zahires. I'll be honest, I'm a bit eepy because I have been putting in some long hours. I have an eepy kitten. And when she's not eepy, she's causing trouble. Okay, we're following the arrow. We're going this way. Yeah, this looks safe. It's like, how do you get out of this if you fall down into that? Do you have to go all the way down to the end? Alright. Bridge is out. Hello, what's this up here? That dude's creepy. Was there any kind of chest or anything up here? Lamortia polar bears and Lamortia sea lions. Okay. Being a cold druid might not be the smartest idea here. I like how everybody has little compost boxes behind their stuff. Behind their houses. Snowflake ooze. My God, that is the best. Oh. Did I just heal him? That would have been funny. What are we fighting next? Some winter wolves. So I imagine when the Snow Peaks Festival rolls in, they'll have the Rudolph antlers and red nosy.
Elise was silent for a long time. And then she said something shocking. That she was an abomination. She told me she was leaving. That if I truly loved her, I would let her go. I told her she was being absurd. Why would anyone choose these whims over scientific advancement? Elise used her newfound strength to knock me out. When I woke up, she was gone.
Okay, so that Elise grave robber lady must have been turned into an abomination. Or into, she must have died at some point and then got reanimated. It's pretty empty in here. Not a lot of mob density. Let's go in on Elite, see what happens.
You've come to this graveyard to find Dead Man's Crossing, where the body snatchers are set to congregate. Time to track down the leaders of the Deadmongers. The door of this mausoleum is missing. Looking inside, you can see a ladder poking up from a hole in the ground. Apparently, Dead Man's Crossing can be found under the ground.
So far, so good. So these must be the things that are supposed to keep your coffin from being stolen. But this was broken from the inside. Yeah, so here's a coffin that's supposed to be sealed in that thing. Your coffin can't be stolen. And this one also looks like it was broken from the from the inside. Somebody hit the Lotro Friday, the Friday command in Lotro stream. Probably Master of Dungeons, because his stream is almost over, I think. Alright. I'm in the middle of a snowdrift. Down we go. keep our map going. We're CR 45 on Elite.
A network of tunnels connects the basement to the buildings up above. No doubt they are intended to make moving goods around the city easier, but it seems the body snatchers have found other uses for the passages.
Fish. Interesting. There's like a dead end. Interesting. That didn't sound good. Man, these poltergeists do hit. How you doing, chat? What are you up to? Little kitten. Little kitten having an eat. It feels like I should be able to turn that off some fashion, but I don't see anything to touch on that. So we're not going to mess with it.
This passage opens up to a large cellar, where some locals have set up camp. Locals tell you they saw one of the body snatchers headed north, no doubt headed to the Deadmonger's base.
Okay. Some people say there's a temple way up in the Sleeping Beast Mountains. It'll grant your wishes if you find it. Seriously! Apparently there are dark powers in that temple. Make a bargain with them and hey presto! They give you what you want. I'm going to find a place myself as soon as my head clears a bit. Though the legend does also say that no one makes it up there alive. Maybe I'll have another drink instead. Yeah, you have fun with that.
You hear an interesting rumor about a temple dedicated to dark powers hidden deep in the Sleeping Beast Mountains. It's said to grant your wishes, if you can reach it.
We know the base is to the north, so we're gonna explore the other options until we get there. Scooters. Issue with my eye. It's driving me bananas. So I need to kind of find a shrine soon, would be nice. Kobold was not happy about that. Toasty Vorm. Hello. We have found something, have we? Froggo, why don't you open that? That was actually funny. I didn't have the control box highlighted, but Froggo found it anyway and did the thing. Nice. Now go get the lever. Good boy. Okay, so what does that do for us?
You found another large cellar. To your surprise, this one appears to be set up as a tavern.
For a dead monger, yeah, I never cared for them myself and everyone down here. They're so ghoulish. The only dead monger I could stand was a girl named Elise, I think it was. She was a decent sort, didn't just talk shop. Oh, well, you cat's not around here. Elise left some time ago. She went off to work for one of those scientist boffins. Now that I think about it, I also heard she died. Probably not the dead monger you're looking for then. Thanks.
You learn that someone called Elise used to be an important member of the Deadmongers. But people say she died some time ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's the green door. I get in with these weird stairs going up to false doors and windows. That's interesting. A little bit of a debate, though. I'm not gonna lie. Kitten is sleeping. Can I jump down the well? No.
You've arrived at what appears to be the main base of the Body Snatchers. It's eerily quiet.
We'll go back to that in a minute. I want to go see what the spiders are up to in here. Shrine, we needed that.
Rest, Master. Kobold will stand watch. Just kidding.
Kobold is lying. Kobold is telling fibs. I just got an email like half an hour or so ago saying Chill of Ravenloft is out now. And it's got a little vampire icon and then the male icon. It's weird. I think that doesn't do what you think it does. Anywho, thank you for having me on your mailing list, Dungeons and Dragons Online. It's a little nice. Alright, so we got our shrine ready to go.
Keening wails fill the air, and a terrifying form appears.
Come back here. Get back here. This monster is really cool looking. I'm not gonna lie. Look how awesome that is. I do like the fact that because we have the refactoring of the monster manuals coming at some point in the Nebula's
The
future.
wailing falls silent. as the gallows speaker discorporates.
Yoink. Pinkies crossed. And nothing. Nothing. So we didn't go down that other hallway. Since we found out this was the main base, we're gonna go back down this hallway and find out what's there. Anybody want to see a rescue kitten? Is he a kitten? I can go wake her up. She's eeping right now. I think I'm actually going to put Tsunami back on my regular rotation.
This dusty letter identifies one of the grave robbers as someone named Elise. Her main client seems to have been an unnamed doctor.
So we've gotten this far, and we got a ransack bonus at that point.
You find a mostly burned scrap of paper. The in-text section mentions making deliveries to a service area loading dock.
Someone's been robbing the bodies. Ooh, an alchemist is the enemy. Interesting. Well, that did no good. I'm actually glad I chose to run my my cold druid here. It might not have been the best choice because cold versus cold, But I said but. I didn't really have any other. I only have one other 34 at this time. Ew, watch out.
According to this, there was so much demand for fresh corpses that the deadmongers quickly ran out of graves to rob. So they turned to a different method of getting corpses.
causing them.
Murder.
Murder. Notice all dead mongers. Demand is up and supply is down. If you can't find any bodies, make them. Fresh ones are worth more anyway, and you can't let the other gangs get an edge. Failure to meet your quota will get you a private audience with me personally. Uthred the Pick. What does he pick? His nose? I think Tsunami's putting in some work in here.
This note appears to be an order to have bodies delivered. It carefully omits any specifics about the client, but the envelope next to it bears the seal of Ludendorff University.
Another batch of bodies is required so we may continue our research. Delivered to the usual place in the usual way. Payment will be based on the quality of goods, of course. Regular demand for corpses, huh? That's slightly problematic. Notice we have all these bookshelves and not a single damn book on them. There's like one... There isn't a book here, just a letter. There's a couple of books on the ground. There's that one book on the floor. And not a single other book here. Literally one book with all of these empty bookcases. There's some books down here, some scrolls. Let's go see what's in the other, down the other door.
You hear gears grind when the lever is pulled.
That's it. Well, that was a little bit disappointing. Let's use the shrine first. Then keep going. There's a pool in here? Why is there like a whole bunch of... Hold on. Are these like paper towel? No, they're candles. Anything in the bottom of the pool? Hello? This goes down a ways. Why? Just, you can't have put a big gigantic pool in here just for the fungus. I mean, seriously, look how deep this damn thing is. You're gonna tell me they put a whole big, huge, honkin' bottomless pool just to put a collectible at the bottom? Are you kidding? It feels like there should be something down here. Like some sort of hidden passageway or something. It's a good thing I'm a druid and you don't have to worry about breathing. This is so weird. It's just a damn bottomless pit of a pool. Okay. That is so weird.
Psst, guys! If anybody out there, this is great time for ambush!
I'm actually tempted to switch to fire elemental form and go back to using fire spells for a bit.
The deadmonger turns to face you, annoyed.
You couldn't leave well enough alone, could you? Time for you to get what I gave old Schmidt. Well now, guess you're better than I thought. But are you good enough for this?
The dying body snatcher gasps out.
Don't let them take me.
Maybe we should let them take you. Give you a little bit of taste of your own medicine, eh? Eh? Alright, so...
The floor shifts and buckles as a creature rises from the refuse-strewn floor.
Uh-oh. I think I broke it.
Are you trying to kill your friends on purpose? Kobold can help!
Because we were supposed to fall down there. Well, let's see what this does. It lets us down there. Who's your pet?
The ground shudders as the massive creature falls.
No chest down here. Except it's right here. Topaz of Spell Pen. Okay, interesting. And now we can use this to get out. So that was actually pretty handy that they created a method in case you missed the jumping into the pit or falling into the pit that you could still move forward. That was actually really good. Okay. So I think we've cleared out this entire wing. So we're gonna go back and go here. Except we still need to get the red... Hold on. Wasn't that the lever that was in her room? There was that lever. Aha.
With the second lever activated, the metal grate slides into the wall.
That was actually a cool trap slash side adventure. That was pretty good. I like that. What are y'all doing, chat? You're being very, very quiet, and as I know from having a rescue kitten, quiet either means you're asleep or you're causing trouble. Kitten is eeping right now, so she's not causing trouble. Well, hello. There's also something I want to go look up on the forums. Did Shrimp Tom do a new build? He did a build for update 74, starter monk shuriken thrower. I think he's playing a paladin vanguard right now. So I'm curious as to that build, because he has a paladin vanguard build from a long time ago, but it's already out of date, and I haven't found it to be particularly good. Well, the build is fine. I don't. It's just maybe I'm not playing it right. Or maybe it only gets good once you get to a certain level. I don't know. It's really weird that you got ransacked so early in this quest.
Judging by all the guards, you found the Deadmonger's base.
We found their MySpace. Well, that didn't seem to do anything. That did something. Oh, that storm eventually showed up. Yeah, I'm already noticing a little smidge of lag. Chief all down, go boom. Monotlair! Dinosaur bestie? Heck yeah, living the dream. Wait, that one hireling is called Albreth? You know, much Silverin Panamerial? Very Vala. So, okay. This is the hireling I troll Cordovan about, because at level 30, you can get one of two really good healing hirelings. One of them is Bulwark, who is a cleric. Cordovan loves this guy. I don't know why. He doesn't have as many spell points. He doesn't have as many hit points as Albereth. The main difference between the two characters is Albereth can cast Greater Restoration, and Bulwark can cast Divine Vitality. Divine Vitality is wonderful if you're a caster low on spell points. However, having played casters who have been low on spell points, I did perfectly fine with Albereth, and Greater Resto did me better than... Basically, Albereth is better. It is a thing. Not Elbereth, but Albereth. Like Albert in a can. This is one cool way that you can use doorways to your advantage in PvO. You can kind of create a bit of a bottleneck so people can attack. Oh, shit. Are these gold seal hirelings? Technically they are. Albereth is not. Albereth I just bought him from the vendor. But the other ones are all hirelings that came from the expansion, except my wolf, which is a druid pet. I get the wolf because I'm a druid. Druid is playing a druid. But the rest, basically, expansion hirelings act like gold seal hirelings. You can summon them. The main difference is the gold seals that you buy from the store, the in-game store. There are two different things about the in-game store gold seals. Number one is they are a limited time contract. They last an hour in quests, then they go bye-bye. Though if you're already in a quest or already in a wilderness area, they stick around until you go back to a public area, then they go poof. And the other thing about gold seals from the store is that you can summon them up to 2 levels above the quest that you're doing. So that's kind of cool. But you can summon them in the middle of dungeons, just like gold seal hirelings, the ones from the expansions. And they're a lot of fun. Yeah, Tsunami is doing some work now. It does chew up spell points a bit, but it's really good for what it does. I am perished. And Feywild Muse with the stealth heal right there. This is why I love the Feywild Muse, is because he does stealth heals. Alright, let me put my stuff back on. And see, technically it's not fire. I am a druid and it's this is my water form. Alright. You know what? I don't want my wings. The hirelings do their thing. I know what I've been doing and forgetting to do is I've been forgetting to put on my buffs like a dumbass. Ay, ay, ay. Because I haven't played this character before.
The Deadmonger leader sneers at you.
Oh, that's why he's called the Pick, huh? Everybody in! Ring around the rosy, a pocket full of posies. Ashes, you all fall down.
Beleaguered Deadmonger bards.
Bring out the stitch jobs!
Deadmonger leader slumps to the ground. Now, he's just one of the corpses he dealt in. You've defeated the Deadmonger gang, but you've learned enough about this place to realize that defeating one gang won't stop the trade in fresh bodies. If you can't end the supply, perhaps you can cut off the demand instead. Time to investigate where these bodies are being delivered.
Dun, 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 dun. That doesn't help. It's not this particular character. Alright, we are going to recall out to escape. To the wilderness. And we're then going to bounce back to town. Except we need to kill 2 more dudes, but we'll get to that in a minute. We'll go back. We have fought no rares. We found 2 different journals. We're doing the quests in order. So here's the plan. Is I'm going to do this tonight and tomorrow night. And Monday night. I will be on DDO stream Sunday night, but I don't want to keep working on this character there. Hey, it's a fellow DDO streamer, Mr. Cosma from the End of Days Guild. They stream actually right in front of me on DDO stream. 5 to 7. Alright. Okay, put a dent in the body snatcher population, eh? Too bad they're like cockroaches. There's always more of them. Sounds like you're going to City University. I can't help you there. The university is much too posh for my lot. Better see whether the mayor can help you out. Alright. In general terms, quest rewards are not that awesome. It's the chests in the quests that are the fun part. Okay, I think we're going to be talking to the University Chancellor here in a minute. What I will do, however, is since we got beat up a little bit, we're going to go in here. We're going to repair our shit. And we're gonna sell all of this crap. Roasted hand wraps of transmutation. That's interesting. Defensive hat of accuracy. Sheltering and accuracy. I'm okay with the one that I've got. I need to put a couple more. Need to get a green augment and a colorless augment to slap in that bad boy. Glacier Ring of False Life. I have the Legendary Ring of Rizia coming over. I have one on Shadowdale now. And when this character moves to Shadowdale, she'll get to use it. Iceler 23%. Let me see here. I got these glasses, these goggles on the very first try. There's this wonderful quest in the previous pack where it's basically Romeo and Juliet. And Romeo is a kobold. Juliet is an orc. I don't judge. I think an orc. Is she an orc or is she a hobgoblin? Either way. And as you're going through the quest, if you're careful and you find the right rabble rouser, one of them is in disguise. If you find the correct one by being careful and not killing them all, you find the correct one and it sets off an additional quest that you can do where you get these 2 kids together and then you go with them, you go find them on 2 of their dates. One of them in the Cerulean Hills, the level 3 Cerulean Hills, and the other one in the Mithranor Wilderness. And that final Mithranor Wilderness side quest, optional, will net you something, or could likely net you something from the big purple worms chest, the purple raid monster that smooshes a lot of people. You know, faster purple worm kill. I have a feeling that was deliberate on Severlin's part. Okay. So, none of these other things I really care to keep, so we're just going to get rid of it all. Alright. Our stuff's been repaired. Let's spend our enhancement point that we have. So we have one action point that I can spend wherever I want to. So let's take a look at our choices here. I could get plus 2% to hit with all attacks. I could get Search, Listen, and Spot. I could get Arcane Spell Failure. Doesn't bother me. Nope. I can add another point to this to get my wolf some more health. And I gain 1 universal spell power. It could be good. Now, if I could use this on myself, that would be amazing, but it says an ally, so not so amazing. And honestly, the Nature's Protector stuff is basically to give you more, make you tankier. Getting this might be good. Natural armor bonus. Yeah, that's not good. More spellcraft good. More saving throws good. Spell pen can be useful. Shadow Blade. That could be useful. If I had another point, I would take illusory weaponry, but I can't. I don't actually use my bird for anything, so animals as a favorite enemy might be a good idea. A lot of interesting choices. I'm kind of leaning this way, honestly, because it gives me an attack that isn't a spell casting attack. And per caster level up to a maximum caster level of 20 with a will save versus DC 17 plus illusion bonuses plus highest of intelligence, wisdom, or charisma for half damage. And as I'm a wisdom build, I kind of want that. But I already have a lot of buttons that I'm pressing and others that I'm clicking. So maybe something more passive is a better idea. Yeah, let's make the wolf more powerful. Why not? And I get 2 universal spell power. Let's do that. Okay. He'll still die early because apparently what I really need by and by is I need to get some armor for my wolf, get a docent for it. Let me go see if I have any docents in the bank. I don't recall if I do. So named their Iron Defender Fofford. That's funny. Where's the bank again? Oh, a zookeeper? That doesn't sound good. Where's the banker? Banker should be in here. There we go. Here's the banker. Hi, banker. Apparently I don't have anything in the bank right now. That's awesome. Well, no, I'm not gonna worry about it then. That's why the doggo does dio. Auctioneer there. Well, let me... Hang on. Maybe I can find a cheap docent in the auction house. Alright. Let's try 32 to 34. Docents. Oh man, not a one on Shadowdale. Oh well, we tried. I personally have only ever used the Astral Shard Exchange like once, and that is because, as a general rule, I don't want to get into the whole thing. Okay, who the university is receiving the corpses. Let's consult with Annika von Dolchberg right away. The Chancellor won't be pleased to have you investigating the university, but we can't have gangsters mixed up with our Citadel of Higher Learning, can we? Yeah, we'll go talk to her. Yep, we'll go talk to her. Ah, you must be the one the mayor mentioned. I've been told you're trying to track down certain deliveries to the university. Now, mind you, most of the goods the university receives are quite mundane indeed. Books, chalk, food, coal, and the like. I assume you're not interested in those. Indeed, by a process of elimination, I can only deduce you must be interested in deliveries to the Revivification Institute. Okay, tell us about that. Come on. It's a special research institute manned by Ludendorff University's leading technological minds. It's been authorized at the very highest levels and is dedicated to research essential to the safety and security of all Lemordia. That doesn't answer my question. What do they actually do, woman? You are persistent, but I'm afraid I'm not authorized to tell you. As I said, the institute is authorized at the highest levels, higher than the mayor. Mere university functionaries, such as myself, are not permitted to discuss it. Now we're getting somewhere. How do I get information on the Delivery Institute? I'm afraid I'm not an expert on the university's provisioning. The best I can do is to point you in the right direction. You'll have to go to the loading dock at Ludendorff University. Perhaps the foreman there can help you with your inquiry. Alright. She's getting us somewhere. Okay. Next. Come on, Lemordia. Let us go play. Thank you. Bring out your dead. Clunk. Bring out your dead. Clunk. Alright, kids. Let us go this way. The thing with Ravenloft as a setting is that apparently one of the cultures within it is a stand-in for Romani, some of whom the real world ones feel it's appropriative. How have you read any of this script? I have not personally read it, and I would fully understand the Romani being kind of pissed about it. I mean, do you actually want to see? Here, let's go. They saw some. They have the fortune tellers. They have a lot of the stereotypes going on. I think they were up here. I mean, they've got the wagons. I mean, just the appearance of some of them and their outfits. So, yeah, I could definitely see why they would be upset. But is that a thing that I necessarily blame DDO for? I mean, it's the same sort of thing that World of Warcraft has to deal with, right? In that back in the day when things were created, the guys who made World of Warcraft just lifted whatever they wanted. Like the Tauren are Native Americans. The trolls are from the Caribbean. Hey, what you doing, man? Jamaica, particularly. And so there's you little shit. And so basically it comes down to a question of, do we excise this entire, do we retcon all of this to remove what they are? Or do we try to mitigate some of the appropriative things? Or do we try to just kind of ignore it? I don't know if there is a right answer to that. I mean, cultural appropriation is bad. But there does come to a question of like, okay, if we tear this out of our setting, if we try to take this away, what can we use to fill that particular void that gives that same sort of flavor without being culturally, appropriative? Not DDO specifically. The original setting creators may have thought it through. No, they never did. And, I mean, to be quite honest, people don't now. It is very rare that somebody will, somebody who uses the G word, I'll say. I'm not going to actually say the word. Like, Piers Anthony, right? Piers Anthony has apparently done some research on the Romani, and he incorporated them in the Incarnations of Immortality series, of which I am the official chronicler thereof. There is a chronology of the Incarnation storyline that I did the research for because I was bored one time and did the whole 9 yards. However, when I then later learned about the Romani and how they refer to the G word as a slur, they're the ones who are calling it a slur. I'm going to call it a slur too because it's their word. It's about them. They're the ones who can declare that. I can't say it's a slur or not. I can't just say, "Oh, this is obviously a slur." They're the ones who said it was. Yeah, Pierce has a lot to unpack. And even the Incarnation series does not get away from his usual opprobrium. But it is the series of his that I like the best out of any of them. Though don't read the novel about Nyx. It is terrible. It is horrible. Don't read it. It is garbage. Ooh, Thatcherus is live. I'm going to go pop up his stream here in a minute. In about half an hour. He only went live about an hour or so ago. He'll be around. But he used the G word throughout the Incarnation series. major characters. He discussed the culture. He even made a Romani gentleman the incarnation of fate. One of the three aspects of the incarnation of fate. Actually, he's one of my favorite characters that Piers Anthony wrote into that series. But yeah. So when I learned about the whole 9 yards and realized this was a bad thing to still use the G word, even though he used it in his books, I went and revamped the entire chronology website and put a note at the top saying, I'm not using this term. I know it's in the books. I'm not using it. That's my choice. This was not, you know, he didn't change it. He didn't, I don't think he actually cared. I didn't like send him an email and scold him about it. The only thing I really contacted him about was when I found a major continuity error because of the incarnation of time. There was like the timeline of how the Luna Captain character got elected to office, blah blah blah. The way he had set it up was wrong. And so I basically threw an idea at him to suggest an alternate chronology, and he accepted it as canon. That's kind of cool.
The scientists warn you away in no uncertain terms. This is where goods of all kinds are delivered to Ludendorff University. Perhaps the foreman knows why dead bodies are being brought here.
Well, we have to get past these dudes first. What's up, buddy? You know your life revolves around a bad pun, but the Xanths jumped the shark so hard. Mm-hmm. You haven't seen Signum University's faculty meetings. We're amazing. Actually, Signum's board meetings, I got to be on the board of Signum University for 1 year. And that was the year that we transferred the power of the university, the actual legal entity, from Delaware back up to New Hampshire. And so we had to have like a shadow board, a shadow privy council, as it were. And at some point, somebody made a wisecrack about cowls, that we should all be in like cloaks and cowls. And we went and got ourselves like, okay, some of us didn't have to go far to get them. I went and got my nice satin cloak, my heavy satin cloak I used to wear at Ren Fair. It's got blue satin on the inside. Oh my god, I miss that cloak. I still have it, actually. And we put on our cloaks. And we held an actual meeting wearing these. It was amazing. This is official university business.
The foreman says the bodies are being delivered to the Institute of Revivification Studies. He suggests you find the Institute director and ask him about it.
Oh. Hello. Okay, these are new versions of these Sentinels. I like them. They definitely very, very much fit. I like those a lot. Alright, pick a direction, I guess. interesting. See what's behind. Door number 2 looks like it's a single. Oh, hello. That's weird. This doesn't. There's nothing in here except the bad guys. Hmm. Okay. I don't want to actually hop in the coffin until we're ready to hop in the coffin. Okay, that's a new breakable. Uh-oh. It's gonna be gross in here, isn't it?
Success! Crows the scientist next to the operating table.
Now then, let's observe the revivified servitor deal with a practical problem. This unwelcome intruder.
Oh, we wanna go meet the rain. Hello, little kitten. Already found the key. I don't see anything else in here. Whatever, we're gonna stop. Little Miss Fluffy Butt. Here's Stormlost. Here's Stormlost. Where are you? Where are you? She hopped down from the chair and I don't know where she went. Oh, here she is. Stella, come here. She apparently does not like the fish I got her. Come here. Hey. You hungry? That's my nosy. That is indeed my nose. She apparently does not like the fish meal that I got her, the kitten food. So thankfully I got other things than just that. Hi, little Miss Fluffy Butt. Hi, Stormlost. Hi. Oh, I know that's my face. You smell like cat food. Isn't she cute? There was this thing to me that, you know, people like the tenured prof who was incapable of uploading documents to his course website. So I said to use the entire English department photocopy budget for the year, first day of the semester every time. She's not happy being held up like that. Meow. Meow. Isn't she adorable? Wait, this means something. Hey, pay it forward attained a guild level 170. How nice. Uh-oh, my fingies. She got my fingies. She got my fingies. Ow. Ow, what are you doing? What are you doing? Got your tummy. Got your tummy. Got your tummy. Look, I got your tummy. She's such a good kitten. I think she is actually hungry. She has not really eaten much of the cat food that I got her today. It's my Shin. Hello. Hi. She has pottered through. So I've gone out to the kitchen and left the door open, and she follows me around the house. And I'm fairly sure She has jumped up into the chair over here because there was one, like the last time that I left her in here and closed the door so she couldn't follow me because I wanted to cook. She was definitively on the floor when I closed the door. But she was on the chair when I looked for her there. Hold on. You're not scared. Let go. There you go. And she is just like a big puddle of fluff. And she's already jumped off the chair. Oh, and now she wants the cat food. Okay. I was actually kind of panicking. Is like, oh, did I get her bad cat food? Did I get her food she didn't like? But no, she's stuffing her face. And she comes when I call her. Like, I hold my hand down and go, come here, Stormlost, and she'll potter on over. She will race through the office. She does zoomies. So, she's a cutie. Peek around the corner. Shrine. In most quests, the shrine won't have enemies in the shrine room, but this expansion is all about it. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? I have had to resort to wearing my actual sandals. Not my sandals, my actual slippers, my house slippers, because my toes are not safe from the kitten. Chemical servitor, is that like chemical romance? I'm just cleaning out the map at this point. I could get some Sabatons quite easily, I can imagine. Okay, that crate's not a trap or anything.
This room seems to be where dead bodies are stored before the scientists set to work on them.
Honestly, this DM voice actor kind of reminds me of how Gary Gygax DM'd his, because there are a couple of quests in the Dalera's quest chain that Gary Gygax did some of the voiceover for, and there is a little bit of similarity of tone. Not the Lake Geneva accent that drives me bananas, because there was somebody that I know who had that accent and he was scum. Okay. All the contractors. Oh, we already got your key, Sunshine. But I kind of want to know about the body thing. Let's go lie in a coffin and see what happens next. Actually, let's use the shrine and then go lie in the coffin and see what happens next.
Time to close eyes and dream of big, juicy rats and shinies.
So, Montclair, that's the same voice actress who does Harthalin in Lotro. True story. Actress's name is Cindy Robinson. She does all the kobolds in DDO. Alright. Let's actually remember to use our... Let's put this over here, actually. To use our buffs like a dumbass. I mean, I really don't like bark skin because it makes your character look dumb. It's like, I want to look at my pretty blue colors. I don't want to look at bark. But bark skin is actually good for you, so. Alright, let's go lion. The DM narrator for that cat polymorph into dragon sounds strange familiar as if I've seen over 100 of his live streams or something. I know, right? And we still haven't stumbled across the quest that he did voiceover for. He said today on his Fridays at 4 that he did all of one quest and then a third of another quest. But he didn't say which quest, so we haven't come across them yet.
You climb into the empty coffin and wait for the servitors to deliver it to its destination.
Oh. Haha, we already beat this room up. That's funny, they're still trying to do something, so... So that's what normally happens if you come in here and haven't, that's my foot you just laid on, you silly kitten. That also means my foot is now a little bit warmer than it was before. That's my pajama leg. Don't, okay, bite the pajama leg, don't bite my leg. My leg has an injury on it. Because I'm clumsy as fuck sometimes. Who is this dude? And you also have to think, somebody on the DDO art team painted this. And the one over here. What are the models for? One of them clearly looked like a portrait of Charles, one of the Charles kings. Somebody from like the Regency era. Okay, so that's gonna need a rune to be opened. Oh, bad guys. From Dr. Janek Fleischmeat, Director of the Institute of Purification Studies, to Institute personnel. We will terminate our trials with the undead immediately, and proceed with a construct plan. Our tests have shown that the normal undead cannot be molded into a reliable workforce. Zombies deteriorate too quickly, skeletons are too fragile, ghouls are too savage, and so forth. As for vampires, well, as our undead consultant has shown, they're too arrogant and vain to be of much use. Dr. Mortenheim's servitors, on the other hand, are sturdy, reliable, and can be assembled quickly. Okay, then. Alright.
This room is covered with mystic symbols.
Gonna fight a vampire?
Quite unlike the other laboratories.
Alright, we're dealing with vampires here today. You can also be a vampire now in DDO. You can be a Dampir, which is almost a vampire. It's like a half vampire. Epic Kitten who wants to play. There we go. We killed a vampire. Got no. We got crafting mats for the crafting system. I did find it interesting that the crafting system also works on heroic this time. For those who may not remember, the one from Isle of Dread did not. Okay, we still don't have that. Let's go this way. Love the wallpaper. And if I love it, it's like, oh my god, this is so awful. It's green. Alright. Froggo has found a door behind us. Oh, he did not just do that, Froggo, you dick. Now get in here and open this. Mew. Yes? Hi, you smell like catfish. You smell like fish. Yes, that's my fingy. Hi. Don't eat my hair. Don't eat my hair. Meow. Hi, little kitten. Hi, little Stormlost. my life. I've done this on work calls. You know I'm hungry, right? I'm not the only one who's hungry. I'm hungry. Got a small towel. Here, I'm gonna put it on the desk and see if I can get her to curl up on it because it's warm. Burrito time! Not quite burrito. She has such a floof on her. She is such a floof. She is such a floof. You floofer butt. Alright. I like the atmosphere in here. Just the one illuminating light. My lord, it is with difficult duty to report upon the committee's findings. As feared, spring this year brought no definite break in the weather, only trivially increase in temperature and a minor diminution in snowfall. Lamortia is enveloped into constant Arctic weather, and all the evidence indicates it will remain so indefinitely. Our resources are dwindling rapidly. Most trees inside Ludendorff city limits have been felled for firewood, and only the hardiest crops can be grown. We now depend entirely on the coal mined in the southern mountains for fuel, and on the catch from our fishing fleet for food. The fishing fleet, in turn, now relies almost exclusively on Dr. Mordenheim's servitors for labor. The committee recommends that you take any action necessary to secure a constant supply of these servitors, lest Lamortia starve. Your obedient servant, Dr. Gustav Volkenbauer, Chairman, Meteorological Committee, Ludendorff University. Okay. 2 more notes to go. Shrine over here. We'll just locate it so we can see it on the map. We don't need to use it just yet. Alright, let's see what's in here. Uh-oh.
Jars line the shelves of this laboratory.
They're not friendly jars. Okay, that's not good. Office of the Institute Director. Okay. Nothing back. Oh, hello. Note. Abby Normal, do not use. Oh! I appreciate the young Frankenstein joke. Is there a note in here? Is the director in here?
You found the director's office.
Oh, good, he's not here.
But the Institute director isn't here. Perhaps the memo on his desk contains a clue
Oh, there's
to his
the
whereabouts.
thing for the thing. Okay, look at this. We got some still life. Seriously, we got still lives. What is this long protuberance? Is it a pen? It looks like a braid of some kind or a chain. I don't know. That guy needs a new hairstyles because I mean, look at this mess right here.
The Institute is creating a huge number of flesh constructs to work in Lamortia's fishing fleet, under the supervision of Dr. Victra Mordenheim. You must destroy the equipment in the construct creation laboratory, then notify the authorities.
I have a purring kitten trying to bite my hand. From Dr. Yannick Fleischmidt, Director of the Institute of Revivification Studies, to Dr. Victor Moldenheim. Frau Doctor, it is my pleasure to inform you that we have finished constructing the operating tables and electrical pylons. The construct creation laboratory is now fully functional. With our greatly increased capacity, we'll be able to provide Lamortia's fishing fleet with labor indefinitely, assuming, of course, that we continue to be provided with a steady supply of fresh corpses. This is essential, as the servitors will not last long in the difficult working conditions at sea. It's my pleasure to serve you. Please let me know if you have any questions. What? Oh, kitten. You are such a little munchkin. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Rawr. She's being a rawr right now. She's being rawr. Hi. Hi, Stormlost. Hi, Stormlost. She's trying to go. And I'm just like rubbing my thumb over her head. She's like, I'm trying to be fierce. Get that thumb off my head. I don't care. Oh. She just bit her. Hi. No, you can't have the microphone. Rawr. 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 Look at the little 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 rawr. Where's my nose? Look at the little rawr. Look at the little rawr. Alright. Let's keep going. Oh wait, there was that lever we forgot to pull.
You can't budge this door, no matter how hard you try. Based on the indicators near the doorway, you'll probably need to power up some devices to get it open.
You control the seal door so I can put this with interruption. You power up the servo mechanisms to disengage the dead part and suture placement. Alright. Okay, that door's open now. Now, this doesn't look like anything from Doctor Who, does it? He said sarcastically. What are you doing on the keyboard? No, do not chew on that. Not allowed to chew on that. No, no. I'm gonna put you in timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout. Yep. Oh, she's in her zoomy phase. Yep, she's running around the floor. Puzzle time! Oh, that opened the door over here. Alright. Alright, all y'all hooligans, hold. Alright, let's figure this out. So, this one. This one. Well, there doesn't seem to be any traps here, so let's just turn that shit on and see what happens. So we've got 3 of them down, so I just need to figure out this last one. Ow, 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 stop it, stop it, stop it. Hold on. Okay, still 3 of 4. Ding! Fries are done. Alright. I feel like there should be something in here. Or in what's his face's office. But that only opened the door to that chamber. And typically when you have a door like this and that, typically this one will be on this side of the building somewhere. Like it'll match. But the other hand, the chamber to the south that had the thingies, she does have me wrapped around her paw, Holly. This is true. She follows me throughout the house, except she doesn't go upstairs with me yet. This feels like the other one, but I can't figure out. Like, these aren't doing anything, and I feel like they should do something. Or there's just something else to click on that I'm missing. Like, I can't throw that switch again. maybe this one is like that you have to do them in a specific sequence. Oh, that was something. Well, that one's not doing anything. The only one that did anything was this one right here. Okay, so this is the only one that's got juice on it. Okay. And it's pointing to this one. Aha! We have found the solution. This is similar to the puzzles they had in Myth Draenor. Convalaria, you're a genius. Uh-oh. Did I do something wrong? I think I did. I think I did boo-boo. Okay. Okay, it's promising. Oh, I clicked it twice. God damn it. Okay, so I think I have the idea. Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7-pointed star. So we start with this one. We go to this one. Then we go to this one. We go to this one. The trick is not to click them twice, honestly.
You hear a metallic groan as a door swings
did
open
it!
in the distance.
We figured it out. Alright, chat. Let's summon the hires. Actually, let's go use that shrine back here first. I was about to redo my buffs. I'm like, maybe I should do the shrine before I do my buffs. Yes.
Time to close eyes and dream of big, juicy rats and shinies.
Kitten is eeping again. Alright, what's going on in Discord? Oh. I will deal with that later. Okay. All right.
You spot the Institute director working on an array of equipment designed to create multiple constructs at once. He immediately rushes to attack.
You can't allow to hinder this project.
He cries.
Too much is at stake.
Alright, kids, let's go! Let's party on! I like big purple numbers when they're not directed at me.
You've shut down this laboratory. Yet to stop this morbid scheme completely, you will need to confront Victra Mordenheim herself. Time to contact the authorities and tell them what's going on.
Alright, big money, no whammies! Okay. To turn on dead charges. That's not bad. Solar gem of negative amps. Doesn't help me. But eventually I'll have an alt who can use that. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. In more ways than one. Because I gotta go deal with some business. Anyway, it's gonna pop out with my precious. Well, I know who's my precious in this house. Alright, let's recall out. And go turn in the quest. And tomorrow I will be back to continue the story. here. And then on Sunday, I'm sure I won't be done with it by then. Because there are 13 quests here. Excuse me. I need to go talk to her. And I've only done 3 of the quests so far. Out of 13, so it's going to be a while. Battle, Con 13 Fort, 146 pairing, Arcanist Goggles of Spot. That could actually be useful to somebody, so we'll hang on to that. Maybe lock it so I can't use it. One really cool thing about Lotro that DDO, or that DDO does that Lotro doesn't, watch this. This is locked. Oh no! You can't unlock it. Alright, let's go. Oh, there's more still. Well, that's one of the same still lifes that was in there, but this is another still life. I have to say I'm really impressed with these paintings. I really do like them. We need to talk to the hireling vendor because I need some more Albereth. I notice I'm running low on Albereth. See, Bulwark can do heal, mass, DV, and true res, which is nice. But he's a cleric, so he's a little bit wimpier than a favored soul. And we have favored soul Albereth, who can do mass heal, true res, mass death ward, and greater restoration. Which you might think, well, he doesn't do as much healing. No, he can still do healing. It's just not his active skill. His active skills are actually more useful anyway. So, it do be what it do be. Cordovan is just wrong. Alright. Anyhow, I'm gonna get out of here. I appreciate you sticking around, hanging out, chilling in the Chill of Ravenloft. I'll be back tomorrow to cause some more trouble. We'll stand ourselves in front of Mayor McCheese over here and be ready to... I don't know why he's standing like this. But he is. His arms are akimbo like that Bazooka Joe or Bubblegum. I don't know, whatever that Bubblegum ad was back in the comic books and back in the 70s and 80s. Anywho, it's time for me to go. I will talk to y'all later, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, right? Bye now.